That certainly was a ref game of all time. And disliking I guess the refs were keen into my statement of last week because almost all the ref ball went against Purdue. 179 penalty yards on Purdue compared to only 69 yards of penalties. And yet somehow that penalty percentage was only about there's only 6 more penalties. I don't know why. Pass interference, baby. Blatant PI is what we love. I love underthrows so much. Anyway, hello, Mr. Confused here. So we did nothing in the first half, and then we scored touchdowns in the second half. I'm confused because I've been told this is a first half team. Like, okay, let's see. Okay, so against Northern Iowa, we had 13 points in the second half. 13, and that's when Alvano was still kicking field goals. Against Colorado, nothing. Against UTEP, 10 points. So, and then against Illinois, 7 points, including OT. But we won the fourth phase of the game, which it all came down to the refs. So finally, we got bailed out. But I wouldn't say bailed out because Purdue did play terribly, for the calls that they got. Out of all the pass interferences that they got, I think only one of them was 100% not pass interference. But all the other ones, the refs got right for once. So, I don't know. But Purdue is definitely winning the most penalized team award this year. I mean, at least for this week. Maybe even this month. It's still funny. It's still hilarious to look at, but yeah, 28-10. Dalen Raiola had 257 passing yards and a touchdown. Only took a sack, so the team actually did well. Our leading rusher was Barney. Something just happened. Yeah, apparently he's really, really good at jet sweeps. So yeah, that's pretty good. Our leading receiver was Banks. Lloyd had 1 catch. My goat is still not doing well. I'm kind of sad, but hey, a lot of long passes, which is what you need in a college offense. Yeah. Banks, he's pretty good. He caught the 1 touchdown pass. We only had 2 rushing touchdowns, so where'd the last one come from? The easiest pick 6 I've ever seen. Yeah, I mean, I've actually seen easier, but it's the easiest actually had to run the ball a little bit. Kind of pick 6s. Yeah. So that was it. That was a game of all time. That's all I gotta say. But 4-1, 4-1. That's not something I thought it would. Well, I mean, I guess I could say that's what I thought I would say after this game. 4-1. I hope everyone enjoyed their pirating experience. Or maybe free experience, depending on how you actually took it. Certain other free trials could give you it, but anyhow, defense did its job, that's for sure. Bullock gets the pick 6 right. Needed to do better but I mean, a good amount of injuries didn't help. But 5 sacks is pretty good, especially for Williams. James Williams got 2 of them today. So, it's pretty good. Meanwhile, on the Purdue side, Card had less yards, but instead of getting carried by a rushing game, which is what he got last game, there was 50 total rushing yards. Woo. We had 25 first downs compared to 12. Neither team actually held the ball for the longest because both teams had 29 minutes of possession. Sure, Purdue had 15 opportunities for third down. Well, we had 8. We converted 1 of 8, and we still won because we just avoided it. The 418 total yards is pretty good. Pretty good, I will say. Red zone efficiency could be better. But I do, in all of this, we have to remember a couple of things. One, the first half. 3 missed field goals. 2 of them blocked, but not necessarily on Purdue's part. What? I mean, that game should have had at least... there should have at least been like 16 to... I'll give it to him, 10 at halftime. But neither kicker could make a field goal. In fact, Purdue had never attempted a field goal up to this point. But our kicker missed 3 times. I am amazed that our kicker could actually hit extra points. Which begs the question, what the hell, man? Why? This game could have been over earlier, but no. Anyway. But it makes me feel a little bit better that we've learned a little bit. We did play into the refs a little bit. I do like that Rhule was trying to yell at the refs, though, even on the calls that we did get, mostly because he's supposed to. And then sideline interference on both sides is kind of weird, so then it just turned into 15 yards. Honestly, should have yelled at him harder on that one of the punts that we had to do. That would have backed us up and maybe actually gave us a chance to, I don't know, do something. Who knows? Because we were punting. Was it 1 punt? 2 punts? 3 punts? All of our punts were in Purdue territory. Which actually makes it so that every single one of our drives made it into Purdue territory. Minus the last... Not even minus the last one, because we actually made it into Purdue territory at the end of the game. So yes, we did make it all the way to Purdue territory at every turn. Certainly something. That's for sure. That's for sure. I guess it's clear that the team was much better at adjusting in the second half after the atrocious first half. They managed to do something in the second half. Scoring 28 unanswered is pretty good. And then ending it at 28-10. It's great. Great that we even covered as well. We held their rushing game to under 100 yards, which is a pretty good goal, I guess. People are stupid for betting the over, if I'm going to be honest. The over is something you do not touch when Nebraska is in play. Except for last game. Last game was different, though. Last game was much different. Anyway. But, yeah. It's pretty cool that we won, as always. I always love wins, especially if they feel like dominant on the defensive side. I like to see that. I've been seeing it for years. Just leave me alone. But I can't wait. Can't wait for whatever comes next week because we're gonna play Rutgers, who yesterday had beaten Washington off of a missed field goal. Just barely. Just barely, but they made it. In fact, 2 of them in the fourth quarter. And 3 of them overall. Damn, Washington, do you have a worse kicking situation than us? No, because at least their kicker made a field goal. Whatever. But I guess that's it from me. I want to know if you guys actually if you thought the game was good. We at least covered, unlike Michigan, who was within 3 points of losing to Minnesota. Are you kidding me? Okay. There's no offense, and they scored 27. That's hilarious. But, yeah, we'll see. Okay, that's it. I'll be back tomorrow for both the Bears and the Cubs. The month, and then I don't know, maybe next week I'll do a season recap. Anyway, see ya.